560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. In our 1 hour heating and air conditioning weather center, we're seeing conditions clouding up. A couple of showers, high of 62, cloudy, breezy, and a low of 40 overnight. 44 at O'Hare, now 47 along Chicago's lakefront. Your next news update is at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560 The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Retire Chicago. Tune in Saturday mornings at 8 to Retire Chicago with John McNamara of McNamara Capital.
See Michelle Malkin, Sean Hannity, and Laura Logan at Freedom Summit 2019. Tickets on sale now at freedomsummitchicago.com.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. So, I wonder if we'll get any questions tonight's Democrat-Socialist debate that will carry over from Thursday's LGBTQ plus forum, particularly given some of the statements that were made by Elizabeth Warren and most notably Bobby O'Rourke, where he talked about rescinding the tax-exempt status of religious institutions that do not comport with leftist orthodoxy on issues like marriage redefinition. I would think you'd want all of the candidates to weigh in on that, whether or not some already have, but whether or not they agree with Bobby O that churches, mosques, synagogues, religious affiliated schools, publications should lose tax-exempt status over a disagreement about marriage redefinition, a public policy that runs afoul of their religious convictions. Maybe a person that could ask that question, if he were allowed in the audience, would be Calvin Lindstrom. He's a pastor at Church of Christian Liberty, and
the old Arlington Heights High School.
A Christian Liberty High School, also Christian Liberty Press, established in 1984. The church has been around for 50 years. And the press, they have various publications and various topics consistent with the Christian faith that they profess. And they got their Facebook page taken down. Yeah. And they can't quite suss out why. So they're not calling for government intervention. They're not calling for Facebook to be broken up, a la Elizabeth Warren. They would just like an answer as to why exactly it is that all of a sudden their Facebook page got taken down when it just features the products from their press arm, the publications. For more on this, we're pleased to be joined by Calvin Lindstrom. Pastor, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Amy, longtime listener. So
great
to be with you guys today.
Yeah, good to have you. And so give us the backstory here. You had your Facebook page, and then you didn't.
It's strange. We have a number of Facebook pages connected to our ministry. One of them is our Christian Liberty Press. We publish educational materials for home use and for uses in schools. And it is, for whatever reason, it does get more viewers than the other pages we have. Maybe the administrator posts more stories. We post articles related to education. Sometimes it's related to persecution of Christians around the world. There was an article, and this is, I'm engaging in some speculation, but we did post an article actually about an actress in England who was fired from her job for expressing a biblical view about homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
That was, we were trying to connect the dots. Otherwise, Facebook a week ago on Monday said, stories from your page are not being shown in newsfeed. This could be due to activities from your page that don't comply with Facebook's policies. So we had a limit on our page. Then eventually they clamped it down where only administrators could see the page, and then it's gone. I cannot find the page at all. It's totally gone. We did an appeal on October 8th saying, hey, you haven't given us any information. Didn't hear back from that. Actually, there is a group connected with your radio station, Salem Surround. They have done some marketing work with us. They're trying to reach out to Facebook. They're the experts on these matters. And so they're trying to get an answer from Facebook on this.
How long has Christian Liberty Press page been on Facebook, and how many articles have you published?
I'm guessing we've been on Facebook for, at least 5 years, probably on Facebook, many, many articles. So it is strange. We're trying to connect the dots. Facebook really has not, they haven't given us anything other than they've shut us down. And, is it connected to stories? I do understand. I've had friends that go to Facebook jail, and they call it, and I think usually it's a person who complains about their post. I mean, obviously, Mark Zuckerberg is not reading all of our posts. Maybe some from Facebook reviews things that get flagged. So, some of this is speculation. We are appealing to Facebook. Hey, let us know. And Dan, as you mentioned, we're not saying the government needs to force Facebook to do what we want. We recognize this is a country and businesses can make decisions. We support that. But in this case, we would like to know, and we would like to say, Facebook, like us again.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have to remember too that Facebook has tens of thousands of actual human minders and
Right.
censors when it comes to content. So it can be a one-off. It can be a cell within that censorship cohort. It was funny. I remember this is several months back. It's the only time it's happened to me. I tried to post something on Facebook, and it was linked to a WashingtonExaminer.com story, and I posted the website WashingtonExaminer.com, and it wouldn't let me post for
Really?
some time, and I couldn't figure it out. And I finally looked at the response that I was getting a little bit more carefully, and it was WashingtonExaminer.com. So it was sort of like what Google has been found to be doing, which is sort of delisting conservative news outlets as not legitimate news outlets, and sort of this, I think, was part of the post-Trump election zeitgeist in social media is to do a better job regulating what they term fake news, which is what we would say, well, it'd be news with a conservative perspective, at least editorially, and they go after these outlets. I personally otherwise haven't had problems, but obviously I know many who have on all the social media platforms. Have you or any of Christian Liberty ministerial arms had any problems with other social media platforms?
Not that I'm aware of. Now, sometimes they won't let us promote a certain article on a topic. We're not trying to cause needless controversy, but we are trying to say, hey, this is the Christian message. This is how it relates. So, there's a balance there. So, yeah, we're not looking for controversy just for the sake of controversy, but at the same time, we can't be silent in this culture. And if we're all afraid then, of saying anything that might be offensive, then, we've lost.
Well,
So,
right, and it's sort of what's happened to Live Action and some pro-life groups too. It's like they're not attempting to be provocative, other than the fact that they're pro-life and their organization exists to promote life, and so I can't not
Well, it's
promote
not like-
life.
right.
That's sort of the whole point. But nonetheless, they're
Exactly.
suffering censorship at the hands of these social media outlets because, of course, they're pro-life, and that's the basis of it has been made clear.
And it's not like you posted something radical, but how have you fought back through prayer?
This has been something that we have, we've prayed about. It's not like this is the end of our ministry. It does affect us. We have a Christian school, but we do also sell educational resources for families and for individuals. So it does affect us. We've sent out an email to our friends, and that's kind of how this ball got rolling. We were not trying to make a big media story out of this. We didn't know. I did talk to a reporter on the Daily Herald, and I was actually surprised he wrote a story about it, and it kind of got picked up from there. So it has been a subject of prayer. We want to do the right thing. We're not trying to call a conspiracy theory when we don't know, but we would like to see what the playing field is. And Dan, as you mentioned earlier, I am interested in what Mr. Beto O'Rourke and others would continue to say about this issue when they say, if you don't go along with what we teach, then there's going to be a consequence to that. And that is a troubling message. I'm not surprised to see it. I'm a student of history and the Bible, but it is troubling when you see those policies advocated, especially when you see what takes place in Canada or in Europe. The article that we posted was from the Christian Post, and as I say, was about this actress in the UK who got into some trouble for her views. So,
Yeah.
We look
just
more to
put in the
Europe and
story.
Canada than we do to our own First Amendment and constitutional rights, seemingly as some of these government wannabes.
Well, that is a appropriate level of skepticism and concern because yes, you're right. We have the constitutional safeguards that the Canadians don't. But culture is a funny
Right.
thing, and the Marxists aren't so overly concerned about those constitutional safeguards, so they'll try to find a way to get us to where Canada is. You can be certain of that. Calvin Lindstrom, pastor at Church of Christian Liberty, and fighting the fight for Christian Liberty Press to get liberty from Facebook jail. Good luck with the Facebook page, Imbroglio. Pastor, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
We'll keep you posted. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Amy.
Yes, tell us how it ends. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
The Lou Dobbs Financial Report is brought to you by Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Visit signaturebank.bank for your commercial banking needs.
I'm Bob Agnew in for Lou Dobbs. Michigan ends pension contract over investors' comments. Spanish official puts Brexit onus on Boris Johnson. Those stories and more next.
Are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place isn't enough.